Hello and welcome to this special coverage marking the celebration of the Kingdom of Bahrain's 51st National Day with great enthusiasm, pride and happiness. I am Mohammed Youssef and we celebrate Bahrain festivities in commemoration of the establishment of the modern Bahraini state as an Arab and Muslim state founded by Ahmed al-Fatih in 1783 and the anniversary of the accession of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa al-Khalifa to the throne. On December 16, 1971, Bahrain gained its independence. The late Emir Sheikh Isa bin Salman al-Khalifa became the first ruler of Bahrain and was the country's leader. During his 38-year reign, he was able to lead Bahrain into its national economic transformation, which by then made Bahrain a vital financial center in the Arabian Gulf. The 16th of December became a very special day for the Kingdom of Bahrain since then. With the accession of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa al-Khalifa to the throne, Bahrain witnessed a comprehensive renaissance and qualitative transformation at all levels, making the kingdom a model in development, accomplishments, democracy, peace and freedoms. We would like to extend our congratulations to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa al-Khalifa, His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister Prince Salman bin Hamad al-Khalifa, the honorable government and all the people of the Kingdom of Bahrain on the occasion of the glorious national days. We have a lot lined up today. Stay tuned. The Kingdom of Bahrain takes great responsibility in nurturing and providing multiple and various opportunities to its youngsters in order for them to develop, and as they grow, they will contribute to the development and achievements of the kingdom. It has always been the main pursuit of our government to reinforce the principle of serving the Bahraini youth in various forums, for it being one of the main pillars within the Bahrain Vision 2030 through various initiatives. The Kingdom of Bahrain offers a set of initiatives in the field of youth empowerment and skills development stemming from the Kingdom's great faith in youths as the engine of development processes and the purpose of development. There is continuous investment in young people as they are the world's best chance to delivering on the vision of the 2030 agenda and fulfilling the promise of sustainable development goals. To talk more about that, we are pleased to be joined over the phone by the Minister of Youth, Rawan bint Najib Tawfiqi. Hello and welcome, Your Excellency.
Thank you so much for having me. It's always a pleasure to be on Bahrain TV.
Your Excellency, I would like to welcome you to our special program. And what can you tell us about the Ministry of Youth celebration of the National Day?
So we at the Ministry of Youth Affairs have always been keen to encourage quality programs to celebrate the National Day, with youth in the center of our focus and the main element in these celebrations. The most prominent of which are a string of various activities in the youth centers across the kingdom, with the Hamad Town and the Muharraq Model Youth Centers at the core of these celebrations. Another great event is the Next Level program organized by the Ministry with the National Council for Arts and the Embassy of the United States of America, which will include drawing murals depicting our beloved Bahrain with the participation of young artists from Bahrain and the United States of America. We have another event full of excitement, which is the soapbox race, the only one of its kind in Bahrain, which we are organizing with Della Promotions at the Bahrain National Stadium on the 17th of December.
And how do you value the constant royal support to Bahraini youth?
The youth in Bahrain enjoy great support from His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa al-Khalifa, who believes in the importance of the role of youth, their creative energies and their impact on the sustainability of the comprehensive development process, as they are the true wealth of the nation in the present and in the future. In appreciation of the Bahraini youth, His Majesty named the year 2022 as the Year of Youth, a year which has seen the youngest cabinet in Bahrain's history and so many great messages that have put our youth at the center. The belief of His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad al-Khalifa, the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, placed in our youth, placing them at the heart of the priorities of the government's program, and directed the necessity of empowering youth as they constitute an important element in the development of government and private institutions. Not to forget His Highness Sheikh Nasser bin Hamad Al Khalifa, representative of His Majesty the King for Humanitarian Works and Youth Affairs, who planted hope in the hearts of Bahraini youth through his pioneering initiatives, which made the youth take distinguished steps in various fields. I think that summarizes the importance of youth in the Kingdom of Bahrain.
And Your Excellency, how do you value the vast progress and great contribution of the Bahraini youth to the national development in the kingdom? And what can you tell us about the ministry's role in supporting their initiatives in this regard?
So Bahraini youth have become the main pillar in the development process that the kingdom is witnessing today. Youth currently constitute the main force in the public sector and lead a large part of leadership positions in the private sector through the various fields. In addition, we have witnessed in the past period the victory of a large percentage of Bahraini youth in the legislative elections, which can represent the youth and make their voices heard. This confirms the ability of youth to lead the kingdom in various fields. We also at the ministry are always proud of supporting youth initiatives and working to develop young people's skills in all sectors. The most prominent of these initiatives are the King Hamad Award for Youth Empowerment to Achieve Sustainable Development Goals, Nasser bin Hamad International Award for Youth Creativity, Lama Program, Masari Program, Youth City 2030, and so many other programs that contribute to discovering, refining, and highlighting young talents in Bahrain.
The Bahraini youth have been true contributors to the development process of the kingdom internationally and locally as well. And in this regard, how do you value the international recognition of the Bahraini youth's achievement on various aspects?
So the achievement of Bahraini youth have transcended regional borders and are now strongly present on the international scale. Bahraini youth have achieved great achievements and are now competing with their peers among global youth in many fields. In turn, we are proud of these achievements, which we always strive to highlight so that the inspiration and motivation pass to their peers among the Bahraini youth to follow their dreams.
Yes, absolutely, and that is truly inspirational for all the youth of the Kingdom of Bahrain. Thank you, Minister of Youth Rawan bint Najib Tawfiqi, for being with us, and we are sure that the youth of Bahrain will proceed firmly in the path of progress and accomplishments.
Thank you so much.
Welcome back. As we join the entire nation to celebrate the National Day today, we are extremely proud of our country's remarkable journey over the past 51 years. Today we stand tall. We are reminded of the history of our country, which has made incredible achievements in numerous fields under the flag of the kingdom. Not only citizens but also residents are proud of being part of its journey towards success and being able to contribute to the comprehensive development of its social and economic progress. Every anniversary celebrates the preceding 364 days, but today we also commemorate the previous 51 years that define this nation with distinction and success. The ease of adopting innovation, speed of embracing development, grace of enjoying global leading status, and peaceful environment are characteristic of Bahrain.
إنها البحرين تزخر بالهمم، قادها المنصور مصباح القيم، قادها نحو العلا في فترة بقياس الوقت مرت كالسهم.
إنها البحرين تزخر بالهمم، قادها المنصور مصباح القيم، قادها نحو العلا في فترة بقياس الوقت مرت كالسهم.
وتلاقى شرقها في غربها، فرح يشدو على حلو النغم، سورها ميثاقها دستورها، لامع عنوانها بين الأمم. وتلاقى شرقها في غربها، فرح يشدو على حلو النغم، سورها ميثاقها دستورها، لامع عنوانها بين الأمم.
إنها البحرين تزخر بالهمم،
إنها البحرين
قادها المنصور مصباح القيم، قادها نحو العلا في فترة
بقياس الوقت مرت كالسهم. وحدة الشعب على ميثاقه، صرخة دوت بها عالي القمم، يا بلادي أبشري واستبشري بملك همه الخير العمم. وحدة الشعب على ميثاقه، صرخة دوت بها عالي القمم، يا بلادي أبشري واستبشري بملك همه الخير العمم.
إنها البحرين تزخر بالهمم، قادها المنصور مصباح القيم، قادها نحو العلا في فترة بقياس الوقت مرت كالسهم.
إنها البحرين تزخر بالهمم، قادها المنصور مصباح القيم، قادها نحو العلا في فترة بقياس الوقت مرت كالسهم. إنها البحرين تزخر بالهمم، قادها المنصور مصباح القيم، قادها نحو العلا في فترة بقياس الوقت مرت كالسهم.
إنها البحرين تزخر بالهمم،
إنها البحرين
قادها المنصور مصباح القيم، قادها نحو العلا في فترة بقياس الوقت مرت كالسهم.
national occasions are considered remarkable opportunities to highlight and celebrate the national achievements that were accomplished throughout the previous months. The tourism sector is one of the main fields that witnessed vast development and constant progress with very ambitious strategy. Since its establishment in 2015, Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority, the BTEA, has been working on regulating and promoting all national tourism affairs in the Kingdom of Bahrain with the aim of increasing the tourism sector's contribution to the national economy. As part of the Kingdom's celebrations of the National Day, Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority has prepared a number of events that targets all segments of the Bahraini community, as well as the Kingdom's visitors and tourists. To talk more about that, we are pleased to welcome here at the studio the Chief Executive Officer of Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority, Dr. Nasser Qaidi. Hello, Dr. Nasser, and welcome to our special coverage.
Thank you. My pleasure being with you today.
Dr. Nasser, Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority has prepared a big number of events to celebrate the National Day. Can you tell us more about that?
Of course. I think this season is an incredibly important season for the Kingdom of Bahrain. It's our National Day season, and this is something that we wholeheartedly believe that is something that we want to celebrate with tourists and visitors alike, to recognize the beauty of the country as a destination. What we've done for the very first time this year is to bring together all elements of Bahrain's festivities under one seasonal banner. This is something incredibly important as we package incentives for tourists and visitors who are looking to enjoy Bahrain through this festive season, where the weather is amazing in the country and where we have lots to offer in terms of offerings and packages and incentives with all our different stakeholders. And I think that when we look at the whole calendar collectively, it provides a very appealing tourism offering for every visitor looking to venture into the country during this period.
Yes, of course. And Dr. Nasser, what makes this year's event unique compared to previous ones?
Well, we've tried very hard to work with multiple stakeholders to bring all tourism activities and all events and festivities under one umbrella, which is Iyad al-Bahrain. And this is something that we are looking to continue every year as a way to bring in together all the resources of the private and public sector to promote a genuinely national tourism offering. And of course, this is not only about tourism, it's also about celebrating Bahrain as a destination. And what better time than to look at what we package as a country to visitors is to celebrate our very unique national identity in this regard. So our season is something which we're bringing together multiple different types of events and activities distributed throughout the country. We are looking at cultural events, sporting events, recreational events, leisure events, all different types of festivities that are designed to provide a very unique and diverse portfolio of activities that will entertain families and guests alike.
Yes, and this month is full with festivities that every member of Bahrain will enjoy. And Doctor, what can you tell us about the BTAA's main achievements during the previous period in facts and figures?
Well, of course, we are very happy to see that Bahrain has been progressing very well in terms of its tourism recovery, following obviously a very difficult period during Corona, which affected tourism significantly during the past few years globally. We're currently actually targeted about 8 million tourism visitors by the end of this year. We are fortunate that to date we have achieved almost 7.8 million out of that 8 million figure, so we're well on track to exceed those numbers. We're seeing increased traffic when it comes from our neighboring countries as well as from traffic from different markets. We are looking in terms of tourism expenditures. We had originally targeted 1 billion dinars in terms of tourism spending into the local economy for 2022. We have actually exceeded that by 20% to date to achieve 1.2 billion. So we're on track in terms of achieving tourism numbers. Bahrain, I think, has a very prosperous future when it comes to tourism in terms of the number of activities have significantly increased in terms of events, festivals, as well as when we're looking at the number of tourism projects and activities that have entered into the market. We've obviously coming off of the recent launch of the new Bahrain International Exhibition Center, or Exhibition World Bahrain, which is going to serve as a key catalyst to promote more tourism projects and activities in the country. We have significant growth in investments when it comes to new hotels and properties and restaurants and other entertainment activities which are launching into the market. So I think we're on track to have a very active tourism sector in the coming period.
Yes, and that is truly impressive. How do you value the constant support and facilitation provided by the Bahraini government to the tourism and exhibitions field?
Well, of course, the support of the government is incredibly important in terms of bringing together a cohesive government strategy for supporting the tourism sector. And that is where tourism is one of the sectors which overlaps with multiple other sectors in the national economy. dealing from trade to healthcare to sports and other sectors as well. And so this is something which requires a national effort. And so it's very important, and we've been appreciating the different support we're getting from all the different government entities, from the Ministry of Information, from the Ministry of Youth and Sports, from the Culture and Heritage, from the Ministry of Trade, and so on, in order to get all aspects of the economy active and functioning to support our tourism objectives.
All of these national efforts have reached international levels, and Bahrain earned international recognition in that regard. How do you value such recognition?
Of course, that's very important. Tourism as an inherent part of how we promote ourselves in the country is to get brand visibility of Bahrain as a country, looking at how we can showcase Bahrain as a destination and promoting the values and offerings of Bahrain globally. And so what we've done is we work very closely, obviously, with our different international partners and stakeholders, dealing from governments to private sector as well as media establishments, to recognize Bahrain in terms of what it's achieving and promoting its profile as a prominent destination. And I think we're fortunate in that Bahrain is well known in the region. We want to spread that knowledge globally and create further recognition of Bahrain as a preferred destination for tourists and visitors.
Yes, absolutely. And how does the BTEA contribute to achieving the 2030 Sustainable Development Goals?
Well, I think tourism is an active enabler of the national SDGs when it comes to job creation, creating SME opportunities, looking at women's contribution to the sector as well, where we're seeing a lot of growth. We do very strongly feel that tourism is an easy access industry when it comes to access and enabling empowerment for people to enter and to grow. And so as a result, I think that going forward, tourism will be a very strong contributor to the SDG objectives of the country. And we're something that we, at the Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority and the Ministry of Tourism, are actively working towards.
In performing its duties, the BTEA deals and cooperates with various local and international institutions. Can you tell us more about such collaboration and how does it contribute positively in achieving the desired goals?
Well, again, tourism is a sector which requires and necessitates active cooperation with the private sector and with public institutions when it comes to regulations, when it comes to work, when it comes to promotions and stakeholder involvement. On the international level, we work very closely with international travel and tour operators. We've actually signed over 91 international travel and tour partnerships with the partners across the globe. We're working with different airlines and hotel and hospitality institutes and organizations, again, to promote and package Bahrain globally. We're working with stakeholders across different counterpart tourism authorities in the region and globally to enhance cooperation and promote traffic coming into Bahrain. Locally, we work very closely with the local travel and tour operators, where we conduct regular consultations with hotels, travel and tour operators, tour guides, different stakeholders from shopping malls, retail and entertainment facilities, again to work together to collaborate to create valuable tourism offerings. And I think that it's very important to link the local and the international ecosystem together in order to create natural organic partnerships between the stakeholders locally and internationally. And that's something that we're pushing with as an ongoing basis, and it's a critical success factor to us going forward.
Impressive, truly impressive. And how does the BTEA benefit from new means of social media to spread awareness about its services and activities?
Well, I think a big part of our promotional efforts has been through social media, and I think that's the trend when it comes to accessing and tapping into the markets. We have offerings ranging everything from families to targeting different markets, to looking at different age groups and other segments. And so as a result, social media is an important way to spread your message. And so for us, we've been looking into engaging with influencers, dealing with different social media players across the local and regional landscape, and to allow our message to penetrate different markets. And I think that's something which is going to be a very important tool that we're going to use on an ongoing basis to attract further publicity and promotion of Bahrain, and especially promote our packages and offerings, which is something very important, and it keeps changing and evolving. And so we need to have a new dynamic mechanism to communicate that to our stakeholders.
And Dr. Nasser, the Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority has announced the launch of a special travel packages to welcome GCC tourists. Can you tell us more about it?
Of course, and I think going back to that point in which our collaboration with different travel and tour operators is incredibly important. We have been working with different stakeholders, including our national airline and other partners across the GCC and beyond, to create incentives that allow people to come into Bahrain and enjoy what we have to offer with the right type of packages. So we work very closely with, again, hotel and travel operators in the country to create unique incentives that will allow people to not only enjoy the content of what they want to see, but experience the visit from airfare to hotel packages to other benefits and activities that they can experience while they're in the country. So for us, it's about creating a holistic experience that is designed to experience Bahrain from the point they board the plane to the point where they enter their hotel room and experience everything that we have to offer. So those packages are things that we are working and developing on an ongoing basis, and are things that are being refreshed in order to keep enticing visitors to come in each season.
No wonder that the Kingdom of Bahrain is a major destination and a major attraction also for world countries to come to the kingdom and visit and see its activities, thanks to the economic sector of the kingdom. And speaking of that, what are the upcoming projects and events that will be organized by Bahrain Tourism and Exhibitions Authority?
Of course, for this upcoming season, we have a major portfolio of events and activities that are coming in. We've only just started the season itself, but we have huge festivities lined up before the National Day, from the drone and light shows to fireworks displays. For National Day, we have a festival city, which will be one of the largest festivals that we've developed in the country so far. We have concerts with Aldana Amphitheater, BIC events at the Bahrain International Circuit. We will have one of the largest New Year celebrations that we've done, which will include multiple fireworks displays across the country with entertainment and activities. So you're looking at a huge diverse portfolio of events, again ranging from cultural to heritage to sporting to shows to performances, really putting a diverse calendar that's going to be entertaining for people. And so I think this is just the starting point. Going into 2023, we'll have even more events that we're looking to launch. We're also, I forgot to mention, we'll have the Autumn Fair, which will be one of the largest editions to date, that will be taking place towards the end of this month as well. So we have a little bit of something for everybody, and I think that we're going to keep introducing new programs and activities as we go along to keep the program exciting and providing a new reason to come into Bahrain every few weeks.
And recently, the exhibition World Bahrain opened and inaugurated in the kingdom, which attracted major events and international tourists. Can you tell us more about that?
Of course, we're very excited with the launch of Exhibition World Bahrain, representing the largest exhibition center facility in the Middle East, and it's something that serves as a game changer in the region and a new strategic infrastructure facility in Bahrain that is going to support the MICE industry, or meetings, incentives, conferences, and as well as performance arts and others. And I think we were fortunate in that we launched a facility with two of the largest events that take place in Bahrain, including Jewel Arabia, which was the largest edition to date, and also Cityscape, one of the largest property shows in the region, and something new which was introduced for the first time, which was Scent Arabia, which is a new perfume show. We were fortunate in that the publicity and the traffic that brought in through the launch of the facility and those events generated over 60,000 visitors to the facility. And I think it represents just a sampling of the type of traffic that's going to be coming into the country and to these events as we proceed. And so we're looking forward to the Autumn Fair, which will be taking place at the end of this month, which will also be one of the, as I mentioned, the largest edition to date. And we have a strong portfolio of over 140 other events and activities that are going to be taking place at Exhibition World Bahrain over the coming year. So these represents, again, touch points which are going to serve as strong incentives for both the trade, tourism and other sectors, and create that attraction which is very important to promoting Bahrain as a unique destination.
Yes, and also not forget Bahrain hosting the first Arab International Cybersecurity Conference and Exhibition, which was also held in Exhibition World Bahrain.
Correct.
Dr. Nasser, last but not least, from your point of view, how do you see the future of tourism and exhibitions industry here in the kingdom?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, we have we're fortunate in that we're living a time where a lot of tourism projects are materializing, both in terms of public investments and private investments in this field. We're seeing a huge participation from the private sector in terms of new events and activities that are being launched, both in terms of sporting events, leisure events, commercial events and marketplaces and festivals. We have infrastructure projects that are coming online, starting with obviously the Exhibition World Bahrain, but we have multiple tourism developments happening across the country, from new hotels and resorts and properties, from waterfront districts. We have multiple developments coming to the south of the country. And so I think a combination of all these factors combined with the introduction of new tourism zones that were introduced earlier this year, as well as this aggressive international marketing and promotion campaigns, we're seeing a really new Bahrain when it comes to promoting it as a tourism destination. And I think that this is the opportunity for the private sector and the public sector to really take advantage of these opportunities that are simply going to help to enhance Bahrain's position both regionally and globally, and something which we're actively working towards through our partnerships with our different stakeholders.
I assure you that tourists are not the only people who are excited to attend these events. Bahrainis as well will be eager to attend. And before we conclude, Dr. Nasser, is there anything you would like to add?
No, we look forward to inviting everybody to participate in our upcoming festivities. I think it's a sampling of things to come. I think people will be pleasantly surprised with the diverse nature and high standards of activities that are going to be taking place. And we welcome both nationals, residents and visitors alike during the upcoming season.
Thank you so much, Dr. Nasser, for being with us. It was a pleasure.
Thank you. My pleasure.
Dear viewers, we will be back right after this short break. On the occasion of the celebrations of the National Day, the ambassador of France to the Kingdom of Bahrain expressed congratulations and best wishes to the people of Bahrain in the following statement.
On the celebration of the National Day of the Kingdom of Bahrain, I am delighted, in the name of France, to extend to His Majesty the King, to His Royal Highness the Crown Prince and Prime Minister, and to all Bahrainis, all my wishes of success and prosperity. 2022 was a great year for Bahrain. I have in mind the visit of the Pope, successful electoral process, Manama Dialogue, Bahrain Air Show, and many others. And 2022 was also a great year for bilateral relations within the framework of the 50th anniversary of the establishment of diplomatic relations between France and the Kingdom of Bahrain. So I'm very pleased to say, Happy National Day, Bahrain.
On the occasion of the celebrations of the National Day, the ambassador of Indonesia to the Kingdom of Bahrain expressed congratulations and best wishes to the people of Bahrain in the following statement.
Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. On behalf of the President Joko Widodo, the government and the people of the Republic of Indonesia, congratulate all the peoples in the government of the Kingdom of Bahrain in commemorations of the 51st Bahrain National Day. It is an opportunity to recognize the histories and the achievement of our bilateral relations, as well as the shared values, cultures, and beliefs within the Kingdom of Bahrain and the Republic of Indonesia. Our sincere appreciation and gratitude on behalf of the President Joko Widodo to His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and Crown Prince, Prime Minister His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa for their guidance and stewardship, especially during the difficult time of pandemic, so that the Indonesian communities who reside in Bahrain feel safe living in this beautiful country. I commend His Majesty and His Royal Highness for the unwavering support toward the enhancements of the relationship between the Kingdom of Bahrain and the Republic of Indonesia. We look forward to work closely with the government of the Kingdom of Bahrain under the leadership of His Majesty the King and His Royal Highness the Crown Prince with all Bahrain people to assure a prosperous and peaceful future for our nations. Once again, congratulations and best wishes on the 51st Bahrain National Day. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless, protect, and guide His Majesty, the Kings, and the people of Bahrain. Wassalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
The Korean ambassador to the Kingdom of Bahrain also expressed congratulations and best wishes to the people of Bahrain in the following statement.
I would like to extend my heartfelt congratulations to the government and the people of the Kingdom of Bahrain on the occasion of the National Day. And under the leadership of His Majesty King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa and His Royal Highness Prince Salman bin Hamad Al Khalifa, I believe Bahrain has made significant strides this year, locally, regionally, and internationally. And Korea and Bahrain, the two friendly countries, have enjoyed very strong bond for 46 years. And our joint works and cooperation has always been highly rewarded in a mutually beneficial way. So deepening our relations, widening our mutual understanding among the people. Well, in particular, we had this year, we had a policy consultation at the government level and business forums between chambers of commerce. And in the cultural fields, we had culinary courses. We have conducted culinary courses and modern hip-hop dance performances, annual film festival, and taekwondo competitions. I hope and believe these developments will pave the way for greater achievements in the future and also developed into comprehensive partnerships between the two countries. For 51 years, I believe Bahrain has been an inspiration and pioneer in the region for democratic social values and multicultural diversity, like democratic social values such as public education, women's rights, and public health, and so on. In particular, recent visit of the Holy Pope was a testimony for the excellent role of the Kingdom of Bahrain in bringing world together for the peace and coexistence. And also at the same time, we have witnessed many dimensions in the Bahrain society, like a big stride of the woman's role in the society, and also many governmental changes and reform. Especially, recent successful, conduct of the 2022 parliamentary elections was very successful, and I believe it works as a remarkable reflection of the Bahrain's democratic endeavor.
يا حامي الدير ويا شمس يضوي على شعبك سناها آمنت باللي حكمته درس ألهمك عز ما تناها في كل إصباح تنفس لك وقفة انت الذي اين عليك الغرس خذ يا حمد داني جناها اسست ملك والهوى ترس اسست ملك والهوى ترس في ديرة محض ثناها
بالشعب حس يا عزة صعب عناها
تستاهلك هذه البلد عرس يا ديرة الله غناها حنا معك عهد بلا مس حنا معك عهد بلا لك وقفة ما مدناها حنا معك عهد بلا مس حنا معك عهد بلا مس هذه البلد هذه مناها هذه البلد هذه مناها هذه مناها هذه البلد هذه مناها
is in a festive mood as it celebrates the National Day at the advent of the December with the array of colorful events, fireworks, carnivals, poem recitations, heritage shows, traditional folk performances, family festivities, contests and competitions. Buildings, institutions, malls and public monuments are decked out in bright colors, including spectacular light displays and flags lining the highways. As every year, the Bahrain International Circuit is joining the Bahraini community in celebrating this glorious occasion with vast events. To talk more about that, we are joined over the phone by Chief Commercial Officer at Bahrain International Circuit, Mr. Sharif Al-Mahdi. Hello, Mr. Sharif, and welcome to our special coverage.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for hosting me, and I would like to congratulate everyone with this great occasion for all of us.
Thank you so much, Mr. Sharif. What can you tell us about the preparations and plans and programs by Bahrain International Circuit to host this year's National Day celebrations?
Of course, like every year, the preparations are ongoing and on schedule. As part of the National Day celebration, we will be hosting the Kingdom's biggest fireworks display on the evening of the 16th of December. It is scheduled to start at 7 p.m. and we really invite everyone to watch the show and joining us for this great occasion. Also on the National Day, we will be also having Batelco Fitness on Track in the morning, and it is early morning for those looking to enjoy a workout at the BIC track. And the following day, we will be having a full day of program on track, which is the track experience. This includes drives and passenger rides for our BNI Clio Cup experience, as well as the radical cars as well.
Mr. Sharif, the month of December is the month of celebrations, and BIC is the perfect place to host these kind of celebrations. Tell us what makes this year's event unique and special for Bahrain International Circuit compared to the previous editions.
Well, every year we try to work something different. Every year we try to surpass what happened in the year before. And our fireworks displays are always the most unique in Bahrain. And this year we can definitely expect another magnificent show on the fireworks. And what's beautiful about that is that the size and the magnitude of this fireworks display is the biggest on the island, and everyone is welcome to join us there.
That sounds really impressive and interesting. How do you value the positive outcomes of continuous cooperation between Bahrain International Circuit and other local and international institutions to celebrate the National Day?
Well, the fact is we are just part of Team Bahrain, and we value our relationship with everyone, the local and international institutions. We are part of that team, and we are one united community. We foster the great relationship we have with our partners across the kingdom, and that's what makes us all of us strong. And this is exactly what we do every day in our relationship and our events at BIC.
Mr. Sharif, the people of the Kingdom of Bahrain are always eager to attend these kind of celebration, which shows their loyalty and patriotism to the Kingdom of Bahrain. How do you value the vast participation of people in those celebrations?
Well, to be honest with you, it's always wonderful to see that joy in the people's face when they come to enjoy our National Day celebration. The turnout is always huge, and not only within the circuit, but also the surrounding areas as well. People choose to watch the fireworks nearby the desert locations all around the BIC, and it is a fun night for everyone. So it's a whole family gathering. It's a celebration for everyone. So it is definitely something very important for us, and we really enjoy it.
And the BIC, of course, continues to make its series of achievements in attracting tourists and Bahrainis throughout its events. What can you tell us about the achievements accomplished by the BIC during 2022?
Well, where shall we begin now? I mean, we have a lot that we accomplished in BIC during this year. And just to start with, in February, we announced that we extended our contract with Formula One until 2036. And right now, we have the longest contract in Formula One amongst all the promoters. And that's a great achievement for us as Bahrain. And again, following that, in March, we launched a new era in Formula One through the Gulf Air Bahrain Grand Prix in 22, and that has represented some of the biggest changes in Formula One, and we had all fans from all around the world coming over to witness that. Followed by the pre-season testing, which took place in Bahrain, and it was the first time for everyone to see these new cars. And then in March, during Formula One, we had 35,000 fans attending the race day, which is the highest ever attendance in history of the Bahrain Grand Prix. And the total for the weekend was 98,000, and this is the highest as well. But what was really impressive in that we had record numbers of international visitors. So we had almost 50% increase on the number of international visitors that came to Bahrain during the Formula One on any previous year, which was really impressive. Earlier in this year as well, we have completed the construction of the major solar projects ahead of the Formula One Gulf Air Bahrain Grand Prix in 2022. And as part of these projects as well, 4 electric vehicle chargers has also been installed, which allow charging 12 cars at the same time. And it takes around 30 minutes, which is great because this new solar facility reduces the venue's carbon footprint, and it generates significant savings on overall energy costs. This solar project was part of Bahrain's commitment to increase the renewable energy use in the kingdom and to reach the net zero carbon emission by 2030. And we are really proud of that and really proud to be part of that. Alongside Formula One, we have major global events in 2022. One of them just finished in November, which is the Babco 8 Hours of Bahrain, which is again an event that we have been hosting since it started in 2012, and it was the 10th anniversary. And we actually celebrated as well renewing of that contract until 2027. We had the biggest attendance as well during WEC, the World Endurance Championship, the Babco 8 Hours of Bahrain, since any other year. And for the first time ever, we have worked with Noga Holding and the government authorities to put together a groundbreaking new green ticket initiative that actually made us really proud about that. And we managed to collect a very good fund for increasing the mangrove areas in Bahrain, which is again part of the government plan to quadruple the size of the mangrove land in Bahrain. We also hosted the World TCR, World Touring Car Cup, for the first time ever in Bahrain, and the series also made the first trip to the region when it came to Bahrain. So all in all, in terms of international events, we were really proud of that. But we also announced that we will be hosting major events next year in January, and one of that is the Darts Championship. For the first time, the World Darts International Championship will be visiting Bahrain in January 2023.
And you mentioned about the numbers of tourists and visitors, and I'm sure with all these activities and programs, the number will remarkably keep increasing over time.
We already started witnessing that because we launched the early bird Formula One early bird ticket sales, I think mid of last month, and we have witnessed a big increase in the ticket sales from the international market, which is again something really positive, and it shows that we will definitely again increase the percentage for this year from the international market.
That is amazing to hear. Mr. Sharif, would you like to add anything else before we conclude?
I just want to wish everyone happy National Day for Bahrain, and everything will be great for our kingdom under our great leadership. Thank you.
Mr. Sharif Mahdi, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much.
أشرقت الأعياد في دار بن عيسى حماد والفخار يتوشح المجد في أقلى بلد
العدل دستور
The reason that makes Bahrain a very special and unique country is obvious in front of the whole world. The reason is its people and residents, their unity, solidarity, harmony, and sense of national duty. All members of the Bahraini community share the same deep sense of responsibility, belonging, and loyalty towards this beloved land. The land which has a flag that will always be raised with pride, glory, and success on top of every height. This brings us to the end of this special program. Thank you for watching and happy National Day. Goodbye.